Over the course of World War I, the Allied countries made secret treaties with each other, treaties with common goals that were unknown to the Central Powers. Each agreement presumed the breakup of the Ottoman Empire, distributing the land amongst the Allied countries.
Now, in 1915, I promised you Russia, Constantinople, and the Straits. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Russia, how could you abandon your allies in this time of need? I revoke your promised land to you.
I believe you would take good care of the Dodecanese Islands, and you'll need a major vacation after this war. Ha 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 ha! So I will grant you some land next to Antalya.
Wow, grazie! My new favorite year is 1915. To France on this day in 1917, I grant thee a diamond. Treat it well, mon ami. Et pour toi, Italy, I grant you the territory adjacent to Antalya. Grazie, this is even better than the Treaty of London.
Oui, merci beaucoup. Great Britain, please take Palestine and Mesopotamia, Iraq and Fort Acre. France, you get Adana, Silica, South Kurdistan, and part of the Syrian coast. Finally, Russia, treat your parts of Armenia and Kurdistan with care. But you gave Kurdistan to me. I want Kurdistan.
Well, she gave it to me, so suck it!
Relax, children. I gave you both different parts. There should be no conflict. Yay!
Woo!
Yay!
Britain wanted to create a new Arab state, but no agreement was ever signed because France was also interested in that area.
Hello, France. I was thinking of creating a new Arab state.
But I was already going to create an Arab state for moi.
Oh, maybe we shouldn't make anything official because us allies don't want to be fighting.
Bonnie day!
Bonnie day! Hello, fellas. Do you think we should give the United States part of the Ottoman Empire?
Absolument pas! They were fighting Germany, not the Ottoman Empire.
I agree. They don't deserve any land. They are invalid.
In other words, since the US never technically declared war on the Ottoman Empire, the other Allied countries did not include them in the secret treaties, feeling that the US didn't deserve part of the land. Greece also wanted their share.
I want the Asian coast and Anatolia because I believe we should unite all of the Greeks into one state because there are Greek people there.
The plan to unite all Greeks in one big state was called the Megalith idea. It was created by the Greek leader Venizelos, who built good relationships with the Allies only to get the land from the Ottoman Empire.
Italy created an Aegean empire, having previously seized the Dodecanese Islands in 1911 and the important mainland of Antalya, especially because the Treaty of London in 1915 promised Italy a sphere of influence around Antalya.
I have all this land and I want more. I want an empire. The Treaty of London promised me more. Thus, I'm going to see all that land over there. I'm going to claim it.
Italian troops landed at several strategic places along the coast to prepare to take over Smyrna, but Smyrna also was wanted by Greece.
I want Smyrna. No, I want Smyrna.
The Council of Four began to fear Italy would conquer more of Smyrna in Anatolia, and they decided to take advantage of the conflicting Greco-Italian ambition. In May 1919, they authorized Greece to occupy Smyrna. They were hoping to cause Italy to not act unilaterally.
Greece got Smyrna.
Do, 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 do.
Greece got Smyrna.
Do, 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 do.
Greece got Smyrna.
Do, 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 do.
I want Smyrna.
They did succeed in forestalling Italy, but also caused a Turkish nationalist reaction. As Russia had already published secret treaties, and the Allies' favoritism towards Greece gave the Turkish nationalists proof of the Allies' intentions. The dispersed Turkish nationalists were rallied by Mustafa Kemal.
Darn them Greeks, if the enemy had not come here, my country might have slept on heedlessly.
The Turkish nationalists made a national pact that vowed to preserve the integrity of the Turkish-speaking portions of the Ottoman Empire.
We vow to preserve the integrity of the Turkish-speaking portions of the Ottoman Empire.
They didn't bother trying for the non-Turkish parts, as they knew they had no chance to succeed in getting those. By the end of 1919, Kemal's supporters were in control of most of Turkey, except Constantinople and the contiguous areas around the Straits, those being the places the Sultan remained notional ruler because of Allied occupation and the Greeks around Smyrna. The Allies, concerned by the potential threat to their plans by the nationalist movement, hurried to complete the last peace treaty with the Sultan's government. The treaty is signed at Sèvres, near Paris, in August 1920. Greece received significant territorial gains. Thrace and Asia Minor, Adrianople, Imbros and Tnedros islands, and 5 years of control over Smyrna. And Armenia and Kurdistan are created as League of Nation states.
Yeah, boy, we're states!
Along with that, the Ottoman Empire's Mideastern provinces became League of Nation mandates. Britain received Iraq and Palestine, France received Lebanon and Syria, and control of the area around Aden in Turkey. Italy's influence over the Antalya area was confirmed, as was its sovereignty over Dodecanese islands. The straits became open for shipping from all nations by the ISC, or the International Straits Commission. Turkey had to pay reparations, and their army was limited to 50,000 soldiers. All war criminals were put up to trial by the League of Nations. By making a treaty with Sultan's government rather than Kemal's nationalists, the Allies became committed to upholding the monarchy rather than the revolution. However, this undermined the Sultan's authority. So there are now 2 governments in Turkey. Nationalists quickly resisted the terms of the treaty. In effect, they made forays against British positions.
No! Bad treaty!
Meanwhile, uprisings were occurring in Ireland and Egypt, so Britain and France turned to Greece for assistance with the nationalists. Fun fact, King Alex of Greece died after being bitten by a pet monkey. After King Alex died, King Constantine came to power after returning from exile. Now, the Allies hated him.
Je te déteste.
We detest you.
The new Greek royalist government purged the army of Venizelist officers. The Battle of Sakarya River saw Kemal brilliantly overtake the Greek army.
This.
Smyrna fell to the nationalist army. Most of the Greek sections of the city were burned, and this ended the war. This was known in Greek history as the catastrophe. The fate of the Ottoman Empire had still yet to be decided. The people surrounding Turkey, the Armenians and the Kurds, bargained for more land, and the Kurds, independence. While the nationalist Turks, led by Mustafa Kemal, aimed to turn away any Western power and ultimately overthrow the Sultan, the Western powers still maintained interest in the crossroads between Europe and Asia. The Chinook crisis began with the alliance of the nationalists and the Soviets, as demonstrated in the Soviet-Turkish Treaty of Friendship.
Friends?
Friends.
The Armenians, already independent, demanded that Turkey relinquish historic areas of Armenia.
Our forefathers walked on the land that lies within your boundaries. Now give it back.
No.
After Turkish denial, Armenia invaded. After being repelled, They lost territory, which led to the Treaty of Alexandropol in November 1920.
We cool?
Aye, we be cool.
Aye.
Aye.
The British wanted the nationalist Turks defeated by the Greeks due to the friendliness between the Greeks and the British, while France and Italy both negotiated with Kemal and the nationalists.
You pay us back, we withdraw from Turkey.
Okay,
Wait, I'll make the same agreement.
sure. Poor Papa.
All that was left was the British, who were determined to keep Constantinople. The British conservatives, however, were finished with enforcing foreign affairs.
I'm sick of trying to control everyone in the entire universe.
The last straw came when the nationalists invaded the Chinook Peninsula. Afterwards, the nationalists took control and the Sultan was expelled. A negotiation of the Treaty of Hussein followed, scraping the original Treaty of Sevres. Turkey lost the Arab portions of their previous empire, but regained Imbros, Tenedos, and eastern Thrace.
Yay!
Armenia and Kurdistan states' plans would be dropped.
What? What? No!
A population exchange between Greece and Turkey took place. Crisis in the Middle East finally subsided. Armenia eventually regained their independence, but Kurdistan ceased to exist. The Kurds are the largest amount of people without a homeland today.
The Arab National Revolt in 1916 and a British attack drove out the Ottoman Empire. Jerusalem fell to Britain in 1917, and Ottoman forces were defeated at Megiddo 1918. British High Commissioner in Egypt, Mick Mahone, secretly corresponded with controller of the Muslim holy city of Mecca, Amir Hussein.
Young fellow, I need you to lead an Arabian revolt against the Ottoman Empire.
Okay, man, I'll have my son do it around June 1916.
Emir wanted to be king of all Arabs, but the Allies made him the king of the surrounding Mecca region instead. Emir was opposed by Ibn Saud, leader of the Wasabi Muslims.
Get off my territory, man! The British authorities are backing me up.
I wanted this land. Indian British authorities support me.
Can't have that Amir fellow causing a revolt that will harm the Indian citizens. Ottoman army, Ottoman
Ibn Saud slowly gained control of Mecca in 1924. Amir's son Faisal wanted to be represented as a core member at the Paris Peace Conference.
Hi guys. Oh.
Whoa, man, you need to go. You are not important enough to be part of this group.
Yeah, man, you better step out. Go, yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Faisal is sad and dejected. He tries to compromise with France.
So you can take the coast if you provide assistance to the Syrian state. Oh ho ho,
Wait, walk over here. In 1920, Syria became independent with Faisal as king. But in 1920, Faisal's troops attacked France, and France decided to resolve this by force.
Churchill decided to govern Arab mandates under an Arab ruler who Britain could control.
Hey, Faisal, do you want to rule Iraq?
Sure, sounds exciting. Egypt assassinated the British commander. Britain imposed a large financial penalty on Egypt. The fate of the Ottoman Empire was resolved. It transformed political geography of the Eastern Mediterranean. Greece was forced back after a brief bid to restore itself to the glory of the old Byzantine Empire, and a new Turkish Republic emerged. The relations were peaceful until the 1950s, but tense relationship after the Greek-Turkish War of 1919 through 1922. In the Middle East, Britain and France emerged as predominant powers. They remained cooperative on many issues except in the Middle East. Both were drained from the war and had few resources to spare. The Eastern Mediterranean continues to remain a problem in international relations.
I just would like to say that I am very, very sorry that I said wasabi Muslims instead of Wahhabi Muslims a while back. Thank you. Stop. Kendra, you're no help at all. I was trying to make a formal apology.
She actually meant wasabi,
No,
so
I didn't.
that
I meant
sucks.
Wahhabi Muslims, not wasabi, I promise.
She meant wasabi.